Check it out, people. It's Fresh Mark Sense, another fresh review, aka Zest for Life. Today I'm indoors wearing my t-shirt and my blazer because it is blustery, raining, and very windy outside. We've had a short spell of sunny weather previously in the week, and now it's just raining cats and dogs, which is just, it means very heavily for those who are not from London or England. So a autumn feel scent is what we're looking for, with some citruses that remind us of summer. And I was looking into the Burberry fragrance line, and I've recently purchased two perfumes, of which I'm going to talk about from the Burberry line, both of which have a very nice sort of everyday feel to them, and that's what I really like about the Burberry line. They are sort of everyday scents, but some of them, the more mature ones, could be a little bit naff, and the cheaper ones like Burberry The Beat is supposed to be for the club or something, but it comes off as very not cheap smelling. They never smell cheap. That's the great thing, but it just doesn't smell good. It's a little bit too powerful, and it clashed a little bit. So the ones that I'm gonna review today is one that I bought from Savers, actually, because they have quite a good, quite a few good deals, like Pure Excess 100 ml for about £40 or something, £44, and a lot of other unusual cheapy scents, let's say scents for about under £20. There's quite a few Izzy Miyake fragrances and the like, but if you look carefully you can find Burberry Brit Rhythm. So this is the box. It comes in this box so you don't get confused between the other ones, and it's a eau de toilette. I got it 50 ml, and it was about I think £17.50. So this is something that I was actually anticipating for a while, because during the beginning of my fragrance journey I was searching in Fragrantica for notes, and I was searching for cardamom, styrax, and leather. So this came up, and I was thinking, oh, and juniper berries, cardamom, juniper berries, and leather. That's what I searched. But this also has a styrax note. So I was looking for something leathery, aromatic, and slightly sweet at the same time. Later on, I chose K Eau de Parfum instead of this during the same period. However, I was still intrigued by the Burberry line, but not amazed by it. A lot of fragrances were a bit meh. I'll go over the names later, but Burberry Brit, Burberry The Beat is one of them that were a bit meh, not so good. But this Burberry Brit Rhythm has an opening of juniper berries, cardamom. It has some patchouli leaf in the base, which is airy, fresh, but quite metallic and clean, mixing with the leather note in the mid and the juniper berries on top. Juniper berries gives a sort of blueberry-esque, almost acai berry feel, which is both blue, cool, sweet, and slightly fruity in a blueberry-esque way, mixing with this black leather note, which does have some roughness, but it's softened by the light airy patchouli. This is a aromatic, sweet, slightly leathery scent, in the same air as John Vivatos, in that it mixes the sweet with the leathery animalic notes, sweet fruity notes with leathery animalic notes. And John Vivatis is slightly more complex because it has tamarind and ginger and other notes. But this also has, I don't want to misquote to say it's got ginger, but it definitely has a nice, almost rosemary-esque, sweet, patchouli, woody, and slightly fruity, leathery touch. It's masculine sweet. It's great for every day in the autumn as well. You can wear it in summer, and I think it gives you a sort of dark edge. It's great with a black leather jacket. That's the first time I wore it. and I was getting compliments. Two people asked me, actually, it was quite funny, they were twins, what I was wearing. So I thought I was very popular, but it seemed like they were wearing the same clothes, so maybe they just had the same taste. I was kidding. But um, this is masculine, sweet, and a great everyday scent for the price of about, I don't want to misquote it, but I think it was between 17.50 and 20. But I know the next fragrance I'm going to mention is a lighter fragrance. It's completely, I wouldn't say it's completely a different direction, but it does have a more zingy and still yet an aromatic touch. It does have an aromatic touch, but it goes in a more zingy, fresh direction. Also, with the note of cardamom, this is quite hard to find because I was always confused about the bottle and the pictures that they had available. This is Burberry Brit for men eau de toilette. So the bottle on this is actually like this. It's not on some Fragrantica pictures, it shows it like this, which is actually the Burberry Brit Rhythm. However, do not get confused. There are more Fragrantica pictures with this bottle than the other bottle. So they sort of ironed out their own problem with the whole wiki, people putting the right photo in. However, sometimes you may see this bottle, but do not get confused. This is Burberry Eau de Toilette for him. Burberry Brit for men Eau de Toilette. Burberry Brit. So now, what's different about this is I was intrigued about because the different notes of zesty and aromatic ginger. So they have ginger. Let me spray this again because I love this. Yes, it opens with cardamom and zesty aromatic ginger. There is some bergamot in here. And then as you get into the fragrance mid, you get rose, spices, and there's a patchouli leaf in the base. So what I really like about this fragrance, the fragrance opening is fantastic. It almost smells like it's got yuzu because it's got that sour aromatic freshness. Opening with ginger, but it's more of an aromatic rosemary, fresh, slightly green, yet it has the sweetness of patchouli leaf coming in from the base in a very light, effervescent, sweet, woody way. And then there's some cedar in the mid to keep it naturally fresh and woody. But these spices are, in my opinion, because it's a mixed spice note, what I smell is caraway seed, maybe a bit of pink pepper for some fruitiness. There is caraway seed, pink pepper, and I believe even a little bit of cinnamon because there is a sweetness in here when mixed with the nutmeg in the mid. So there's nutmeg, cedar, wild rose is prominent, and this wild rose in the mid that comes out pretty much about 10 minutes after the opening because it fades quite quickly. 10 minutes after opening, the opening merges into the middle of the fragrance. That means both top and middle notes are sort of playing with each other and they're really creating a symphony at this moment. And then the base is another phase of this perfume, which is quite separate and more of a patchouli and tonka with grey amber affair. So it has a sort of grey cloudy sweetness about it and the somber note of red rose. It's wild rose in the notes, but it's in relation to the Damascus rose, which is the typical red rose like William Shakespeare, the romantic rose. But I feel that the grey amber and musk and a grey musk and amber note with oriental woody notes, some patchouli, and a little bit of sweetness from vanilla, mixed with these sweet spices of nutmeg and what I believe to be cinnamon in the spicy notes, and a somber sweetness of the red rose mixing with these spices and airy patchouli and grey cloudy musk. It produces something somber, sweet, cloudy, fresh, with a beautiful aromatic green citrus cardamom and ginger opening that smells almost like yuzu because of the sourness of the bergamot used. Um, the fact that bergamot is used after the ginger is almost like the top note. The opening note is ginger, really, and the fact that bergamot is a little bit behind it, it actually increases the sour aromatic value of it. It's almost like the bergamot is increasing the sourness of the ginger, and it makes the red wild rose note even sweeter and slightly creamy like Bulgarian rose. So it's sweet, creamy, citrusy, then sour, airy, and fresh with the patchouli, opening with beautiful citruses, which are aromatic, and a slight green tone of cardamom. So, in the first 15 minutes, I get that aromatic zingy note, and then after about another 15 minutes, you go through to the mid, which has wild rose, which is a red rose note, mixing with that grey, amber, and slight vetiver. It's almost like a vetiver amber. It's a green and grey amber. This is great for autumn days, winter, but you can also wear it for summer and spring. It's quite dark for spring, so out of all of the seasons, it probably you could stretch to spring because the citrus notes, but I feel that the base of it is quite autumn and winter related, really. And this too, Burberry Brit Rhythm, is more of autumn, winter feeling as well. But you can wear this in summer because this is brighter than the Burberry Brit Rhythm, which is slightly more leathery and fruity, and this is more gentlemanly, and it has a youthful touch because of the zingy aromatic top notes of ginger and sour bergamot that almost smell like rosemary green fresh. So this is one of the perfumes that, let me just spray it a couple of times. I really want to just immerse myself in this. This is one of those perfumes that, being airy, sweet, and citrusy in the beginning, gives you a rush of energy. However, the sour aromatic freshness keeps it gentlemanly, clean, and almost vetiver-esque. When that wild rose seeps in after the beginning of the fragrance, which is quite short-lived, the red rose adds a gentlemanly touch. So it's youthful yet gentlemanly. And the longevity of this fragrance, despite being quite disappointing, um, the spice of it keep it a great skin scent, but on the clothes it lasts a little bit longer. I would say the projection of this is within the first half hour or maximum like 45 minutes. And then in the next 2 hours, you would see it, in the next 1 hour, you would see it as a sort of faded, soft, light, woody, sweet, just a tad bit citrusy fragrance. So you're getting more of the woody, sweet, airy patchouli notes, um, a bit of a darkness from the grey amber, and that is sweetened by the red rose note that is lightly spiced with nutmeg and spicy notes, which I believe are cinnamon, a tad of caraway seed to keep it almost like a bakery warmth of sweetness along with that nutmeg and a touch of cinnamon. So definitely check this one out if you are a teenager plus, because I think this is very accessible. And you want to, it has sort of emo vibes to me because they're dark rose and somber cloudiness, and this bottle reminds me of some kind of emos tight jeans with those crazy print on it, you know, trying to do a skateboard move in these ultra tight jeans. But so it has a sort of punk rock vibe about it, in that it's youthful, yeah, it has a somber, gentlemanly atmosphere to it. So try this if you're sort of a teenager plus, like 17 plus, all the way to your 50s or whatever. If you just want something youthful, energetic, yet respectably fresh. You can also wear this with a suit, and it's serious enough to wear because all Burberry fragrances smell classy and never really smell cheap. The one that I'd stay away from is Burberry The Beat, but even that doesn't really smell cheap. It just smells bad because the patchouli is a little bit overpowered. However, this is a light, airy patchouli, and if you like your darker patchouli or more leathery patchouli, check out Burberry Brit Rhythm. So, Burberry Brit for him, Eau de Toilette, and Burberry Brit Rhythm. Check them out. Let me know what you think in the comment section about these two fragrances. Stay free and stay fresh.